I've been a Pokemon fan since I was like 6. It holds such a special place in my heart, and I know it's cheesy, but it's helped me go through many bad times and I'll forever cherish it. And one of my favorite things to do is criticizing it. Now, I know I'm not the target audience. It's a game made for kids. But I do believe that it's important to be critical of children's media because kids deserve good products too. And here we are not even gonna complain about any valid criticism the game might deserve, like poor performance or questionable mechanics. No, here I'm gonna be whining about a completely subjective topic. Pokemon designs. Specifically Pokemon designs that I don't like because this is my channel. These are all Pokemon that I've tried very hard to like but couldn't. If you're a fan of this Pokemon, I'm glad for you. I think it's awesome that people like stuff I don't, and that's enough of a reason for them to exist. Okay, enough with being respectful about other people's opinions. I'm gonna start roasting this guy, so if you're not cool with that, I don't think you're gonna like this video. The first Pokemon on my list was Gumshoos. Now, I don't particularly tend to like the evolutions of the Route 1 rodents, except Ferret. Ferret is perfect. But this one in particular pisses me off. My least favorite one used to be Diggersby, but after catching one in a recent playthrough of Pokemon X and naming it Big Chungus, I grew fond of it. Not enough to unironically like it, but hey, better than Gumshoos. When I start a redesign, the first thing I do is researching the subject. The animal it's based on, the inspiration behind it. Both Gumshoos and its prevolution, Jangus, are based on a mongoose, which... yeah, I knew that. What I didn't know is that Gumshoos is based on a detective. My partner has just informed me that Gumshoe is another word to call a detective. English is not my first language, don't judge me! Now that it's been pointed out, yeah, I can see the resemblance of a trench coat in the shape of his fur. And I assume that the hair on the top is supposed to mimic a detective's head, but I don't think it's just me who didn't read it as such. I pushed these shapes further, trying to mimic the silhouette of a detective more. I also wanted to give it a kinder look, so it looks like a nice old man detective instead of the other type of people associated with wearing trench coats. I did two poses, one that looks more like the original artwork of Gumshoos, and the other one showing a more aggressive side. Yes, I kept those big chompers under the mustache. The main challenge was trying to mimic the Pokemon art style. Even if I've always been inspired by the character design of Pokemon, my style is very different. I render my illustrations a lot, giving them complex lighting and a painterly look, and my finished artworks don't really have line art, so mimicking that simple style was difficult. And here is Gumshoos. I'm actually proud of this one. I like how now it looks like a detective instead of looking like that one actor from Home Alone 2. Grumpig is a weird Pokemon. Out of all the Pokemon from earlier generations, I'd argue that it is the one that looks the least like an actual Pokemon. I don't know exactly what is bothering me about him. It's not cute, it's not cool. You can argue that it's kinda goofy, but at the same time it gives some creepy vibes and not in a good way. And on top of that, it happens to be the evolution of a Spoink. Spoink, the cutest little bouncy guy, how could you do that to the baby? I started by searching on Bulbapedia. So Grumpig is the manipulate Pokemon, and it is supposed to have a special dance that helps it use its psychic powers. I was still not sure what approach I wanted for it. At first I assumed I had to give it a more menacing look, maybe based on a boar since it's named Grumpig, therefore a grumpy pig. But there's nothing that indicates aggressive or angry behavior. Its name in Japanese is literally translated to Oink Pig. So screw it, not Grumpy, it's gonna be a silly cute Pokemon. I wanted to keep the springtail from its prevolution, cause it's such a distinct trait. And then it hit me. What if I based it on a Jack-in-the-Box clown? A clown theme fits perfectly with the psychic type. It can keep its dance and its manipulative traits. But at the same time, it can also be a bouncy goofball. I just gotta avoid making it look too much like Mr. Mime. And here is Grumpig. I like it better this way, but to be honest, I don't think it's worthy of being a Spoink's evolution. Nothing is. Just hit that guy with an Everstone and call it a day. Okay, so, if I play a monster collector game, it's because I wanna see cool creature designs. These are not creatures, these are regular bald men. I don't like when Pokemon are wearing clothes. Scrapped is cool because it is wearing its sad skin. But this guys are just wearing clothes and that makes me kind of uncomfortable. I stare at them for a while trying to think what I can do to make them more interesting. And the concept of red oni and blue oni came to my mind. Then I googled it and yeah, these two are based on oni, like loosely based. Just the colors apparently. So I decided to work more on that aspect of them because I thought it was a neat idea that I wished it was explored further. While looking at paintings of oni, I thought of giving them body and facial hair that mimics the shapes of a kimono. Then I made their face thingies look more like horns. And here's Throh and Sawk. I am not sure if I've improved them, but hey, at least they look less like Karate Bird and Ernie, so that's a victory to me. I tried very hard to like this guy. The moment I saw Sawk, I fell in love with its design. Such a silly little guy, what could ever ruin it? The moment I saw the legs, my heart shattered, and I changed teams. Yes, I'm one of those people that check the leaks. I'm impatient, what can I say? Inteleon has both a lot of haters and a lot of fans. Heck, it was one of the most popular Pokemons in Japan. So I told myself to try to give it some time, and it might grow on me like Incineroar did. Its attack animation is very cool, and the official artwork and anime portrayal did it a lot more justice than its 3D model. And after researching more about it, I really appreciate all the little spy elements that were added to its design. I'm still not a fan. All the concepts are cool in theory, but I think my main problem is that it looks too humanoid. It is way too thin and the human-looking hands are too distracting. Yes, if you haven't noticed, I like my monster designs looking like monsters. So, I tried to make it more like a lizard. I also added some spiky elements and, if it was up to me, I could have added a poison dual typing. I think it could fit for an amphibian spy Pokemon. I made its eyes look more like goggles. I reshaped the fins on its back to make it look like a detective coat, and I made it more obvious that it uses its sharp tail to attack. And here is Inteleon. Inteleon fans, what do you think about it? I haven't asked the opinion of the other Pokemon's fans because they don't exist. Here are all the redesigns I've done. This was pretty fun to do and I look forward to making other Pokemon videos in the future. In no way I'm claiming these are better than the official designs. I just wanted to make a fun self-indulgent video. And I want to restate, if any of these Pokemon is your favorite one, I'm happy for you and you're welcome to tell me the reasons why you like it. I love reading other people's opinions and maybe you can make me reconsider something I've overlooked. And as always, thank you to my patrons. Blanca Lee Jones, Soapy Soapster, Sprocket Rocket, D, Nutsip Art, Orsit T, Austin Graff, Jinx Studios, and Rodri Comics. No matter how many disclaimers I put, there are people that are gonna be offended, so here are some of my unpopular favorite Pokemon. Feel free to roast them or whatever.